ask from you all today is I want you to take from this presentation a deeper awareness, and that awareness to enrich you in the abundance of who you are. Because to me, you are the most important tool in whether you're doing Feng Shui, whether you're working with clients in another field. So it's being able to use all of that knowledge that has already been referred to today in your relationship with Feng Shui. Because Feng Shui is actually all around us all the time, and what we're working with as consultants has been put into a format and a template that's a little bit more accessible and is able to sort of make some logical sense of it. So looking a little bit more at Feng Shui consciousness, I felt it was important that we sort of looked at what the principles were that I was using when I was examining this. And a lot of those have been mentioned today already. The principles that of universal energy. You know, everything is energy. Everything in the universe is energy. And it's about an exchange of energy. Whether we're having a dinner and absorbing that through our digestive system, it's giving us energy. When we're planting the seed in the garden, we're having an exchange of energy. We're in that creative process. And actually there's an abundance of energy everywhere. It's there, available for us, all of the time. It's just we sometimes allow sort of a filter to come across us and no longer see it as being available for whatever reasons. The interconnection of all things. You know, if I look at you, Sue, I'm looking at myself in many ways because we're interconnected. If I look at Ingrid, we're interconnected. It goes across the boundaries of sex. So I'm looking at Arun and we're connected. There's something of you in me and me in you. So when we sit in a room like this, and you know, we're feeling a little bit nervous, or at lunch, I'm not sure who we're going for lunch with, actually, you know, we're all connected to each other, and it's about learning to drop those barriers so that we can actually enjoy the abundance of any possible relationships. It's about that cyclical and collective awareness, because we live in cycles. Everything moves in cycles all of the time. I'll probably go round and round and round in this talk, but we talk in cycles all the time. We're learning all the time. We're coming back to experiences all the time. The seasons are moving all the time. Everything is always moving. Light is so valuable to all of us. You know, what was it like when we came in here and the shutter was over? It was kind of like a bit of a dark hole. Bring that back and we've got light in the room. We feel better. We gravitate towards light. Our journey on this planet is to go towards the light. David mentioned it earlier. Our whole communication is enabled through light. We see colour through light. So light is so important to all of us. We're always moving towards realignment. So obviously, you know, the metaphor of the pilot, moving off course, always coming back on course, moving off course, coming back on course. That's what it's like in our lives while we're in this human form. We're always off course, always going, oh God, if only I'd learnt from that mistake, and coming back to centre again. And so we're learning all the time. We're increasing our awareness and our knowledge of ourselves all the time. Change is inevitable. You know, people say, oh, I'm stuck, I'm blocked. Actually, you're not, because you're still changing even within that. You know, even if it's just at a cell dying off and a cell being created level, something is changing all the time. Nothing stands still. Nothing is static. And our perceptions create our environments, as people have said in previous conversations today. So what I create is in my head, in my mind, and I project it out. It's that holographic image again. So if our perceptions are so powerful, we can create all sorts of things if we start to use that power of the mind much, much more to create environments that we want, using techniques like Davina was talking about. We've got free will and choice. You know, you didn't have to be here today, but you chose to come. Thank you, that's really good. And actually, I think we use the words good and bad too easily, because I don't think there really is as such good and bad. It's just what is. It's just what there is around us all the time. And if we're all interconnected, it's about embracing that part of ourselves, embracing that part in the world, and giving it love. So that actually, you know, it's just what is in the end. And of course, fear, control, and attachment block that flow of energy. So we all know when we're a little bit fearful, we don't go and approach Joe Bloggs because he might be wondering who we are. We all know that if we go as a consultant on a consultation and feel nervous, that it affects the way that we function as a consultant. So it's about allowing that energy to flow through us. So being the best you can be. I really believe it's important that you find your purpose in life. We spend so long drifting. We need to know what our purpose is. Well, I don't know, I can't really speak for anybody else. I need to know what my purpose is, so I would suggest to you that it may be the same for you. Once you know your purpose, it enables you to act as if you are it. And know and speak your truth. I think it's really of value and importance to be able to say what is true for you. Not what the Feng Shui book says. As Davina said, it's what is true for you. What works for you? Go inwards, you make that connection and decide what works for you. That's why work out for yourselves what Feng Shui means for you. Show up. The biggest thing, no matter what, just show up. Let go and let the work do the work. Just have trust. Have trust in your own ability. If you've done the work, you've done the studying, you've got the knowledge, just trust and show up. Have faith and enrich your intuition in any way that you can. Really deepen that connection and just keep refreshing your knowledge base continuously. So I would suggest in consultations to really identify where the client's going to be in their chronological age and where they are in their human life cycle. Be aware of the women in the household, where they are in their female cycle. What's happening to them? You know, a menopausal woman is very different from somebody in their early 20s. There are different things going on in the human existence of that, but we're still within those cycles. And that place of transition is where the change is, from one part of the cycle to another. That is the most powerful place to work from, the place of transition. Powerful times for change. And I really truly believe that for us to take Feng Shui out into the world, it's about empowering the client, not keeping the knowledge to ourselves. It's about sharing it, giving it to people in a way that they can manage and increasing their awareness, because we're taking essence back on a journey through to spirit.